we're about to go somewhere odd now. Times to rise and elevation starts to drop down. Our little secret, don't kiss and tell, you're so bad. I'll probably see you in hell. Welcome to hell, baby. This is Podcast Hell.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Hell. I'm Erick Hellwig. I'm in a hotel room on the road here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Middle of my headlining week at a comedy club down here, Idiot Box. Shout out Jenny and Steve at the Idiot Box for just doing an amazing job there. Thanks, guys. You rule. It's been a fun weekend. I had a great show last night. I fucked up on hotel a little bit on my trip down here. Let me tell you something. When someone like kind of advertises to you, like, hey, you got to come to this, we got like an antique, like a spirit of the town type hotel. It's vintage style. It's you're gonna go in, you're gonna have a real old world feel. These are all ways of saying our hotel is shit, and we don't want to just say that it kind of sucks here. But weird hotel. It's like it's a house. It's somebody's house, and there's I'm not a big ghost guy. I'm not a big haunting guy, but I mean there's like a ghost orgy in this room last night. I mean, it's hardwood floors. The place is kind of like, every door has a crack. It's like these high ceilings, but like high as in like you need to get to the very top of a ladder to change the light bulb. And you're like, doesn't that kind of like freaks me out a little bit. Like this isn't tables, ladders, chairs. I'm not the fucking Hardy Boys. I don't want to be going up there. The ceiling fan, it's got like the thing to pull, you gotta like pull on the ceiling fan and it turns on the fan or the light. Those little pull things. Well, they've got those, but the cords are like 7 feet dangling from the ceiling, and I still have to reach up with all my height to barely. That's how tall the ceilings are. It's just crazy. It's just a weird. I don't know. Do you guys believe in ghosts? Are you guys big ghost people? I'm not. Well, I guess I am, because I'm saying there's ghosts here. You can hear every single thing that happens. If somebody coughs 5 rooms down, it sounds like someone's having a panic attack right next to me. Like I don't know. This place, the bed, I got a lumpy bed. It was so bad. Like I literally slept on the floor last night. Like it's like the hard surface of the floor with some blankets. I slept on the floor. That's how bad the bed was. And what's crazy is like right across the street, there's a Holiday Inn. And I could have booked it. I saw it when I was booking hotels, and I said, like, you know what? I want to feel like I know. I want to really know Greensboro. Okay, no, I want to know a Holiday Inn moving forward. That's a mistake. I'm not a perfect man. I made my mistake, and now I've learned that I'm gonna go basic bitch on these road trips moving forward. Actually, I had my mom with me on the last night because she drove me down here from where we live on the East Coast. And so I got her a separate room here at the hotel. And even she was like, why the fuck are we staying here? I was like, I don't know. Panic move. It's a panic move. I think this was like a little less expensive. I think it was like it saved me like $20 to do 2 nights here versus the Holiday Inn Express. This is just becoming an ad for Holiday Inn Express. It's really not. I don't even like those hotels. I just want to. Here's what really happened. I had a bad interaction with the individual working the desk. It was not great. I'm lowering my voice because like I feel like they might be hiding in the walls masturbating, but like this person, like nothing's clearly marked. Like the elevator is like, it's like the thing where you close it yourself and you like hand crank yourself to the second floor. Everything here looks like it's from the 1950s, but like in a bad way, not in like the, ooh, I'm going to spend $300 on a pail. No, not like that. Like it just looks like shit. And so, like, there weren't clearly stairs anywhere. And so I was like, and I rode in the elevator, and I'm, like, claustrophobic. Like, I don't want to die in this iron cage. So I'm like, hey, man, where's the stairs? And he points. He goes, over there. And I start walking, and he goes, it's behind the door that says stairs. That's what he said to me. Yo. He's lucky my mom was there. Because if my mom wasn't there, I would have done the exact same thing, which is nothing. It's not worth it. What? I'm fucking 40. I'm going to fight the hotel attendant in Greensboro, North Carolina in this dump. So anyway, that's right now, I'll say this, even with that, I'm having a great time. I can enjoy a bad hotel. Every hotel's a vacation. Every time I click into a hotel, I'm like, what will it be? Like, I get excited. I don't know about you guys do this. Like, I don't put my stuff away in a hotel. Like, even if I'm just staying there for a night, I empty out everything in my bags and just lay it out on the ground in the hotel. Just to, like, be like, it's mine. You know, you ever do that? I claim the space. It can't be nice for the people coming in to clean after me in a hotel. I don't tidy up. I should leave tips. I should start leaving tips. I don't know. Do you guys, I'm so bad on tipping. Like, I just realized how much you're supposed to tip takeout. You know, you go to a restaurant, but you've already ordered the food. It's 5 to 10%. Okay. I didn't know that. Sometimes I would just leave $1. Sometimes I would, like, if they were really nice to me and they're in front of me, I'd be like, here's 10. Like, I was over tipping or under tipping. Now I know 5%. I don't know what to do for hotel staff, though. What's the standard? Everything I'm saying is a 4-second Google search, but I don't want that. I want it in the comments. Throw it in the comments. By the way, you got a friend that likes rambling podcasts. You know what? They should probably come and check out this one. You should probably tell them about it. Tell your friends about this podcast. Super big help to me. It's growing slowly, surely. You know, you do these little spots on the road, and all of a sudden, like, you have a good show like I did last night. I checked this morning. I'm like, oh, my numbers ticked up. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think 10 people from the show last night went and listened to my podcast this morning on their little Saturday run through Greensboro. Yeah, good. Tell your friends. This is the beginning of something huge. This will be the greatest Can you guys see that there's a football game on? I do. UFL, baby. UFL needs to take off. Right now we got a scoreless tie into the first, Houston and St. Louis. The Roughnecks are having a tough season so far. They're 1-4. Meanwhile, the Battlehawks, led by A.J. McCarron, 4-1. Alabama. Kentucky. I'm just saying words. Yeah, I love football. I don't know if you can tell that it's probably bad for my podcast to have a game on in my eyesight because it eventually the last 5 minutes of the podcast will just be me. It's good. You know, that kind of thing. Thinking about going to there's a minor league baseball team here in Greensboro, Greensboro Grasshoppers. They got a game that starts at 6:30 tonight. This is Saturday, May 4th, that I'm recording this. You guys are listening to this on Tuesday, 5th, 6th, on the 7th. So, don't let this shatter your belief that the podcast is coming out as you're listening to it. I'm sorry. 3 days previous. None of you think that. None of you think that it's like the morning of on Tuesday. I'm like getting it up for you. That doesn't sound like a good sentence. I probably should have. I'm not going to edit it out, but that sounds like something else. But you get what I'm saying. Like, Anyway, Saturday, May 4th, Greensboro Grasshoppers got a game at 6:30. The stadium is like 3 blocks from where I'm doing stand-up. So in my mind, I'm like, I might be going to see a minor league baseball game tonight. First couple innings, watch the game, get a little, maybe get like a hat. I like getting hats. I like doing a little shopping in minor league baseball stadiums, and then go do my spot. Would that be weird? I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's the plan. You can't stop me. I actually, it doesn't matter what you think. Not only does it not matter what you think in terms of like you got to live your own life, you can't you can't value what other people think you should do with your life because they're not living it, right? So your opinion doesn't matter to me in that way, just in that, like, I got to do what I got to do. But it also doesn't matter in that this has already happened. Like, you're watching this. I already went to the game, then got on a plane the next morning, flew to Charlotte to connect, to go to L.A., got home, and then lived a full 2 days of my life, at least until you're listening to this. So the only way, unless you guys maybe you have some sort of time travel ability, you're not stopping me. Your opinion doesn't matter in this regard. It can't, just due to time. Now, if you go with McConaughey from True Detective season 1, by the way, that show only gets better with the seasons, you know? I've always said, if you take a really good show and just progressively make it more about virtue signaling and not good TV, it gets better. And that's a great example of why you should not just make a good cop show. You should make sure it's really, really in your face, left political. Anyway, you remember where he like crushes the can and he's like, "Time is a circle." All right. Remember that part? And somehow that relates to like pedophiles in Louisiana. I don't know. It was good. It's just he had a cool accent and it seemed sad. So I was like, that was a good show. But yeah, I guess for him, maybe he could. What am I saying? Oh yeah, I'm going to the game. I'm going to minor league baseball tonight, and you can't stop me. I can stop me. I can stop me if I actually do a scintilla of research and find out that the game's too far and I can't walk from the game to the club. I probably won't do it. But I kind of feel whenever I'm in town like this and I'm just kind of walking around and I don't have a car. Everywhere I go, I'm either walking or Ubering. Like this morning, I just like walked until I found a diner and just had my late breakfast. I kind of feel like Reacher, Jack Reacher. I know you guys know him from the show, but I read the book. Just like I'm in the town, I'm like, hey, if somebody's doing evil, I'll stop them. If there's like a dude beating his wife, I'll just beat the fuck out of him in the middle of the street, and then I'll walk away because nobody knows who I am, right? I'm off the grid, except for the fact that I use my credit card everywhere. Except for that, nobody knows where I am unless they want to even try to find me, in which case you'll know exactly where I am at any given time. Yeah, Reacher, I gotta say, like, I'm reading that book, my great wife. I was gonna say lovely wife, and I feel like that just sounds so like hacky. Everybody goes lovely. I don't like when dudes use the word lovely to describe something. Even ironically, I'm like, just pick a dude word, please. So my awesome wife, Liz, she goes to the library. Dork. She goes to the library and gets books. And so she's been getting me books because I need to be a little bit more of a dork. I need to read. It's good for here, all right? I can't spend as much time in YouTube watching a conservative video and a progressive video and fighting with myself for the next 8 hours. That's not good. I need to read books like this, The Coddling of the American Mind by Jonathan Haidt and Greg Lukianoff. That's a good book. You can see by the thing, I'm like not that far in, but I wanted to show it to you. So I put it right here. And I even, to make sure it didn't fall, I put my fish oil tablets right behind it. You're getting too much of me in this. But no, I'm trying to like read more books. And Liz got me the Reacher book. She went to the library and she was like, Eric would read this. Because I used to fuck up, man. I used to only read books like they were homework. Like I'd pick like Ulysses or, I'd like Sapiens Sapiens took me a long time to get through. And it's just like I would read it, I'd just be like, oh, God, like I said, take notes sometimes when I was reading it. And my wife would just be like, you can just read books that you like. And I was like, no, it's work. You got to hate it. And she's like, no, here. And she got me my first library book in a long time. She bought it for me. It was a book following a minor leaguer. This even ties into what I'm saying with the Grasshoppers game. I didn't even realize that. She got me a book about the life of a minor leaguer. And I was like, this book rocks. It was really good. I don't remember the name of it. And I remember Googling it later, and everybody from that team of the minor leaguers said that he was lying, which kind of sucks. That also happened. I read that book, James Frey, A Million Little Pieces, and I really liked that book. And then it came out that that guy was lying. I'm like, I should probably Google first. I don't want to know anything about the book, but at least make sure that it's legit. But anyway, Liz got me that book, and I read it. And I think there was a second book, and I can't remember what it was, but I read that. And now I'm well, then it was Reacher was the third book. I read the first Reacher, and now I'm about 100 pages into Die Trying, which is the second book in the Reacher series. It's pretty good. Pretty good, man. Those books are good, and it's good. I get to do the thing that I hate when other people do it, because I'm jealous. But when someone watches a TV show and I get to go, the book is a little better. That character, she's great, but it just wasn't what it was in the book. The picture I had in my mind of the person just wasn't as good. See, that I know it's douchey to say. And I can't stop because it's fun. It's fun to make people that are just watching a TV show feel like a moron. It's a good time. I forgive everybody who did it to me for all these years. I get it. And I'm going to do it more. I can't wait until the season of Reacher comes out for the book that I'm watching or that I'm reading right now. I'm going to be like, hey, you watching Reacher? Guess how book is better. Just be like, I'm pumped. I can't wait to do it again. Over and over. So, yeah, that's an exciting thing. I'm really looking forward to that. Like, you have to have little things in life that you look forward to, and that's going to be my big one right now, I would say, is making people feel dumb. What else we got going on? Minor league baseball game tonight. I have to do all my laundry. That's going to suck. Who knows what laundry in this hotel is going to be like? I mean, if I had just gone across the fucking street to the Holiday Inn Express, I could probably just do my laundry. It's probably right across from the room. But here, it's like I'm going to have to, fight a fucking wizard or answer a riddle or some horse shit because it's not just a normal hotel with normal things. It's like a dude coming in here and being like, oh, fuck, I forgot to put shampoo in the bathroom. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, man, here's your shampoo. It's just weird. It's worse than an Airbnb. I wouldn't even say that. Airbnbs have gone so down. Airbnbs suck now. I remember when it first happened, I would tell my family and friends, guy, you gotta get on this Airbnb, and they'd be like, are you gonna stay in somebody else's house? I'm like, yeah, it was new. You could do it for $40 a night. You get to stay in a fucking 4-bedroom house wherever you're staying. The person's gone. They had to leave. You just have the house to yourself. Just don't burn anything down, and it fucking rules. Leave a nice review. They say something nice about you. Easy peasy. It ain't like that now. Now they it's all the Airbnb people, they banded together for their rights. And it sucks because now they can stay in the house when you're there. Now you're just somebody's roommate. I remember I did an Airbnb and I would the lady had all this rules about the house. Don't bring your shoes in. Don't cook here. When you're, have your lights out by 9:00. If you're going to be outside, make sure this light's off. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It's supposed to be like a hotel. And why do I feel like I'm living with my parents again? And then there was this moment where I was coming out of the house and I was getting ready to go. And I just looked up and she was watching me through the windows. She did one of these. It's gone. She's there. She's gone. The shades. Fucking watching me. I'm like, is this the first 10 pages of a novel where I get murdered and then my brother has to come find out who did it? Why is she watching me? Okay, could you just imagine going to the Holiday Inn Express? You get a room. You click into your room. And as you're closing the door, the manager's foot comes in and blocks it. he's like, hey, what's up? I'm going to be sleeping on the pull-out, lights out by 9. You'd be like, oh, hey, this sucks. That's basically what Airbnb has become. It's somebody else in your fucking hotel room. So Airbnb, bye-bye. Done. Now we're back to hotels. Now we're back to resorts. I thought I'd never go back, but you know what? Everything cycles back. Bell-bottom jeans came back. Emo music came back. And hotels came back. You know what's next? Taxis. Taxis in New York City coming back. These Ubers... Uber fucked up. They want to make $1 million. They haven't changed the algorithm. The drivers are miserable. The passengers are miserable. And meanwhile, there's New York taxi drivers, magic taxi drivers. You get in their cab. They drive like psychos. They never crash. You get where you need to go. I'm going back to cabs. I'm going back to cabs in New York. Huh? One of these. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Give a little whoop, whoop. Throw up the 2 fingers. You're good. Unless you're, black, in which case you can't really get cabs. I don't know how true that is. That's like kind of what people say. I kind of believe it, at least in New York from my experience. Like some of those taxi cab drivers, man, like you don't ever want to talk politics with taxi cab drivers in New York because, they're not trying to get a TV show in Hollywood, all right? They say what they really think, and it wasn't good. At least when I was there. I moved there. When did I move there? 08? 07, 08? Obama was running. All those people that would be like, I don't know if America's ready for a black president. Those are people who either lived in the South and heard people say racist stuff, or people in New York still taking taxis. Because the taxi drivers had their thoughts. Now, look, I'm going to say this. That was, now in my mind, I'm like counting. It was 16 years ago. It's been a long time. Maybe things have changed. Maybe things have changed in taxi cab. Maybe the competition from Uber, they got to compete with like everybody drives Uber. Like Malia Obama is driving in an Uber right now to try to pay the bills. Like it seems like Uber, like we're all just going to Uber until that becomes automated. So it feels like maybe that competition has made it so the taxi cabs can't be as racist as they used to be. I think maybe that's happening. So maybe it's changed. I don't know. I don't live in New York anymore, so I can't speak to this. But when I was there, man, it was kind of fucked up. Just a thought. Uh-oh. There's some of my old school wokeness coming out. Huh? Yeah, you didn't think I had any more of that, did you? I did. It still swirls around in there sometimes. You can't deny what happened in the past. You can't deny your old experiences. You just gotta, I believe we gotta live in the now. It's 2024, What are people doing right now? I'm talking about old New York, old school racist New York, 2008, Obama getting elected. People said fucked up shit in cabs. It's the truth. All right, The Coddling of the American Mind, Chapter 1. Let's get into this. Praise for The Coddling of the American Mind. Finalists for the National Book Critics Circle. Oh, this isn't the beginning. This is something else. Okay. I'll just read you the last page of the book. Okay? Just so you know how it ends. You ready? Here it goes. And there it was, the American mind, as I'd seen it before and will forever see it, coddled, ever so coddled. The end. P.S. Gay. All right, that's the book. Not a strong ending. I got to message Greg and Jonathan about that ending. They got to work on it. Boy, you run out of stuff fast when your hotel room's too hot. I'm like sweating. This is the opposite of comedy. Like they used to say Letterman in his old theater, he'd be like cranky. He'd be like, it's 42 degrees out there. Like there's snow coming down. He's like, audiences laugh better when they're cold. This hotel room, I went with the opposite way. I'm like, how about I make it a sweat lodge? How about I make it so hot that if Eric talks for 20 minutes without taking a drink of water, he passes out? Old school comedy. Old school. All right, guys, that is the pod. I for these shorter ones, for these like solo ones, I'm not going to go for an hour anymore, all right? I'm not the young man I used to be. We're coming up, by the way. I think this is episode 97. So there's 3 more until we get to episode 100. Now, I don't have anything planned for episode 100, and I keep telling myself I should plan something. I probably won't. But here's what you can do to help me out on my way to episode 100. I would love to get to 600 subscribers on YouTube. I'm at like 560 something right now. So if you are watching this video right now on YouTube, or if you're sending it to a friend, tell them to subscribe if they're digging it so I can get those subscriber numbers up. And yeah, you know, like I said, appreciate you guys listening. I'll be back in LA next week. So next episode probably be back on the home turf. And as always, appreciate you. Bye.